Greetings all. Hope you all had a pleasant week. I let Stace know that I was going to try and get in one or two more of these moonology reads. Where we're coming from yet tonight, we definitely have a full moon, and I'm kind of on Shira duty because she's going to have these kittens any old day now. So I'm going to try and keep these to their normal time if at all possible. And we will just go ahead and see what we got for this first read. They're all sticky. I don't know how Stace does this. They're all sticky. All right. We have Be Bold and Make the First Move, the Cardinal Moon. Now I do want to tell you that before I started, I was hearing Ava Cassidy's version of Songbird in my head. So, don't know if that's going to connect to this or not, but we shall see, I guess. And I'm still trying to figure out how this book tells me about. It's a cardinal moon. So I apologize for taking so long. Full moon. I guess cardinal moons are. I'm still trying to figure out where all of these are in this book. Let's see here. Here it is. It's a special moon. All right, be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Attuned to the moon, I am taking charge of my destiny. Additional meanings for this card are: be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha and the Hindu elephant god for help. The teaching. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Remember, we each have all 12 signs in our charts for different parts of our lives. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. These are the signs that like to get things started and which are the natural leaders. No matter when you draw this card, it's a sign that something new is starting and you quite possibly need to take the lead on it. All right, very cool. Kind of liking that. I knew I was a cardinal sign, but let's see what we've got here for our collective in terms of being bold and making the first move. Right here, right here. Well, we've got the Hanged Man, and what of him? We've got somebody that's definitely getting a higher perspective on whatever this new start is. Woo. Now we're going to throw them at me. Oh, the Hanged Man is going to use the Chariot and is either ending a cycle and beginning a new one. Okay, so somebody out there is prepared to be bold. Hanged Man. All right, I'm going to have to kind of cover here the Chariot. And you've got the World. Somebody's ready to Be bold and take the first move, and you're just throwing the cards at me. They're definitely ending an old cycle, because here we've got the Ten of Wands. They're laying down some old burdens. I mean, I think laying down old burdens in and of itself is a bold move. Okay? Laying down old burdens that they had previously been holding on to. Four of Shields. Okay? This one's got me curious. Here. Yeah, okay. Six of Wands. They're going to actually have victory at laying down those old burdens. I'm liking this. Okay. So we definitely have somebody that's taken a higher perspective and is ready to move, take their next movement with the Chariot. They've got the World, so they've closed out these old cycles and old things that they've had burdens from. All right, and Spirit's saying that they're going to have victory. Anything else? Right here? Yeah. So they're going to have victory over this. Sorry, I've got the Nine of Swords there. What they don't see. Got a lot of sword energy going on and being thrown at me. Okay, this is, okay. So here it is. My mom is saying that's it right there. All right, here's our overall storyline, folks. We have a King of Wands who is yet to see that he's laying down old burdens, things that caused him or her, and again, remember, King of Wands can also be a Queen of Wands, but they're laying down old burdens that used to give them anxiety and things that they used to hold on to that they shouldn't have been holding on to. My mom is showing me that this came to me just a little bit backwards. They're going to have victory over these old burdens and debts, and they are closing out the cycle and then using the Chariot to get a higher perspective. This story literally came to me in reverse. Okay? That's interesting. My mom is saying that would be because you kids are always somehow or other a little bit backwards. And now she's saying to me, or she's asking me, how many times when she was on this side of the veil did she tell me that I was putting the cart before the horse? And so she's denoting that we sometimes put the cart before the horse. We start at the end of a storyline in order to begin, she's saying. So, and then we don't always see these steps that we take from the beginning to the end. So she's saying, now show it the right way. We have a King of Wands who wasn't seeing something, and that was causing him or her anxiety, but they're going to have victory and put down their old burdens. Okay, the stuff they used to hold on to, they're going to put down those old burdens right here. And then they are closing out an old cycle that no longer serves them. All right, and then post that, they will be using the Chariot to make movement into something new, my mom says. And right now, where they're currently at is Hanged Man. This was interesting. My mom can do, All right, so I'm going to move these in the order that they're supposed to be in, since they gave them to me deliberately backwards. And then that way we have the actual storyline here. Victory over what you used to hold on to, closing the cycle, using the Chariot, I'm moving into the hangman. So I wonder if other readers have as interesting guides as I do. I mean, my mom, hearing my mom and letting my mom guide me inevitably means I get messed with too. She says I have to learn to read it both ways. So, but then also understand the cart before the horse is a very, very, very important lesson that we should be learning for the rest of our lives, she's saying. Okay, I'm going to take her word for it. All right, now I'm asking her, what's the hanged man trying to get a higher perspective on? First thing she's throwing me is the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. So protectiveness, conservativeness, learning to maybe be patient, she says. Something that's tentative at the moment. Okay? Yes, the hangman is thinking about something tentatively, and they're in the hangman position because they want to get clarity. Okay? And then they want to be a little more generous. And what they're trying to get clarity on is employment. They're going to spin the wheel. Okay? They want to change. Woo! Okay. The Knight of Pentacles, the way I picked it up there off me, is in reverse. Meaning they want to spin the wheel on a new job, or possibly a new relationship, given that the Knight of Pentacles is tentative. Let me find out. Okay, they're considering wherever they're at failure. Anything else? No. This is a job read for somebody. This is somebody that wants something completely new. Okay. So now I can reread your story from start to front. We've got a King of Wands who wasn't seeing anything other than anxiety, depression, where they're at doesn't feel stable to them in their job. But they are going to have victory because they are going to lay down old burdens, possibly related to the job, or definitely related to the job, my mom says. And then they're closing out that old cycle altogether at their former job. They're then going to use the Chariot, put themselves into hangman position, and then work on something that is very tentative. So I'm very curious to see what the outcome of this reverse Nine of Pentacles is, because that came right after a spin of the wheel. So I would like to get a little bit more clarity on this the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Nine of Pentacles, which is in reverse. So can you show me that Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse? It's almost like they're just drawing me out. Okay, well, first of all, there might be some fighting involved if somebody leaves an old job that wasn't serving them. Yeah, again, this seems like this might be a youngin'. Yeah, this is a youngin'. We've got a Page of Swords, a Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. So this is why they've got their Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And what's running on their downline here is the Eight of Swords. Yeah, they're ready to mosey out of something, but it seems like maybe they don't have a job lined up. Also running on their downline, the Devil. And they want to manifest. They don't like, this is a young one that doesn't like where they work. Either this is a Malinzi or a Zed read. Okay. Ultimately, they're going to, again, use the chariot to go after something higher, something where they can make more. Right now, they're pausing, my mom says, because they don't have another job lined up. Yeah, they're going back and forth in their mind regarding, how to get that new job, my mom says. They want that wish fulfilled. Ooh, I tell you what, these just speak. These just speak. Yeah. Oh, as it stands, they also want a Queen of Pentacles. So I've got a King of Pentacles, a youngin, who also happens to want a Queen of Pentacles. It's part of their wish fulfillment. Okay. Okay. I think I see the entire story here. We have somebody that thinks their job sucks ass, basically. However, attached to that job, and the reason that they're bouncing back and forth about getting a new job is somebody that they're interested in at their job. Okay, and this is a matched pair or a matched set. And your overarching energy, since my spirit guide mom didn't want to just, show me the storyline in the correct order here, is be bold and make the first move. So my mom is saying that, and they mean in both ways, for the youngin that they're talking to out there. She's saying, you're right, your job does suck. But either of you can be bold. You work together, she says. Either of you can be bold. This is either a millennial or a Zed reading. Okay. I mean, not sure how the songbird, to you I'd give the world, to you I'd never be cold. And the songbird keeps singing like never before. On the other side, they want you young'uns, to know they love you, they love you, they love you like never before. Okay, I like this message. This one went on a bit. Seems like the Melinzies or the Zeds are deciding that they don't really want to talk tonight. Maybe the new or the full moon is getting them. I'm going to get you guys a angel number. There it is. Well, this is in the upside down, but if it were right side up, it would be 2020. Mercy, diplomacy, potential service, recovery, adaptability, and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. Came to me like this, so that tells me neither of these two are necessarily being bold. So there's that. I would like to ask Spirit, and let's see if I land on this correctly. When and if these two are going to be bold when it comes to being bold toward one another. Let me find out. Not yelling at me. Right there. Indecision is causing delays. Yep, we got a couple of non-bold youngins out there. Okay, will either of these two get rid of their sucky job? Is there a time for that? I'm going to start over. I'm going to ask if there's a time, if either of them will be bold enough to get rid of the suck job that they apparently share. let it be a mystery. However, sometime in the next couple of years. Oh my goodness. First of all, y'all showed me this as something that is taking me forever to get to what you're trying to say. These two matched pairs, okay? These two matched pairs here agree that they're in a sucky job together. It's clear they like each other, but neither of them is willing to be bold, and they're causing their own delays. Okay? Also, this came upside down, so I see the twos there. And given that it says next couple of years, kind of confirmation, but just letting you know, whoever is wondering if they're going to be leaving a sucky job, looks like you're giving yourself some mysterious time and date that you want to be mysterious about within the next couple of years. And you continue to remain indecisive about both things, my mom says. Your job, what you think on the other. So, all right. I can see what's going on here in this full moon for you. This is either Zeds or millennials. My mom is saying, oh, just pull them some kipperish and see if you can give them anything else. There it is. Faith. This one. Divination. What of it? Oh, my mother is saying, have faith. They're doing some awakenings. Okay. So she means faith and divination for myself. Right here. She's also saying that once again, these two, right here, are a matched set. Okay? They're literally doing the same thing, stuck together at the same suckfest job, and delaying. But she wants you to know that you're both this. You're a matched pair. A matched soulmate pair. Okay. She's saying, and also be patient. Okay, this one? Yes. Oh. She says that's related to your work. She said the two of you aren't in conflict, but that's what's going on at your work. People like this. Okay. Anything else? Guess not on this side of the kipperish. Let me check this other side of the kipperish. I always have to enjoy these millennial and IMSI reads, as Stace would say. Right here. I may need to see if they have anything else. I think I know what Mom's saying here. She's kind of explaining it, but yes. Anything else while I'm on this side? No. Okay. You pulled, again, conflict at work. She's saying some balance needs to happen one way or the other, whether that be in the Pentacles or in the justice system. And she said to remind you that the justice system can bring about new Pentacles. This person up there is terrible. Terrible, my mom says. She's saying somebody that has not come here to awaken at all. And we're dealing with either millennials or Zeds. This is an MZ reading. She's definitely confirming this is an MZ reading. And this is somebody that has not grown past 1960. Okay, even before I was born, she's saying. So they can see on the other side how terrible this person is. This person's come here to be dark energy, is what she's saying. They are here to be absolutely dark energy. And so they're doing their role of terribleness perfectly fine, but they're doing it on top of what she's saying are a couple of star seeds. Okay. It's interesting. Okay. I'm sorry you kids are dealing with any of that at all. Come on, give me the book on you. There it is. This one says, ooh. My mom is saying, yeah, tell them that the other side sees the void, that you go into the void every night, every day, every night when you're there. This card says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. She's saying you might want to be done with this one by winter. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's never a good, yeah. These two don't need, she's saying it's a Malinzi that's very, very, very kind, and that they don't need sacred woundings. So, okay. They just are stuck in a sucky job, she says, with a terrible boss. And they feel like, my mom was again saying, you feel like whenever you go into work, you're going into a black hole void. Okay. Yeah, she said, time to get rid of some terrible bosses, and then, you know, she's still saying, let it be a surprise when they decide to do it. I'm like, okay. Well, all right. A blessing of Awen. Get that for you. This is card number 12, so 1 and 2 is 3. 3 might mean something to somebody out there. Okay. All right, a blessing of Awen. Let the fairies bless you with their gift of the Awen, the inspirational flow of energy that can bring to life inspirational new projects, friendships, wisdom, and understanding. With every breath you take, you absorb the Awen, and you feel more connected, more unique, more divine, more magical. Let the Awen come to you now, tender and new as a bud, and let yourself feel the blessing surround you with a visionary new approach to your life. Let yourself drink down the fairy magic of the Awen, and let its sweetness and mystery uplift and re-energize you in life's every moment. May the divine breath of the sacred trees be yours. May the ways of the creatures of the sky, the land, the sea, and the fire be known to you. May you know that you now can change and learn and study from nature herself in wonderful ways, and thus this life is now full of possibilities. When the fairy blessing that is the precious gift of the Awen arrives from the 12th Tig, I hope I said that right, know that its blessing will allow you to be wise yet filled with wonder, and to rejoice in the gift of this life. Blessings of the fairies to you and of the Awen, friend. My mom says, right now, you might want to use that blessing and start learning how to pull yourself out of that void, she says. She's also saying that as part of that blessing, she wonders if you guys are hearing and understanding that you're a matched set, a matched pair. Okay. Alrighty, there's that, and then I will, where'd they go? I'm just really into these fairy cards. They're so cool. I'm going to get the Sacred Forest Oracle. See what we got. Seems like I'm talking to a matched set that should know who they are. Ooh, that one flew. What you don't see. Maybe you just gave it up a little bit. Secret spring success. Let's find out. Okay, 34. 3 and 4 is 7. All right. You stand behind a thicket of ferns at the edge of a secret spring. Gazing across the still waters, you see a boat silently gliding you, a glowing light hanging loosely from its bow. The fairy of the spring floats above the boat. Her wings are radiant and shimmering. She knows that you are there and smiles at you. It's said that anyone who sees the secret spring fairy on a starry night will be blessed with success beyond measure. All right. All things are possible. The more you honor and celebrate the success that you already have, the more success pours into your life. And the more you feel it, the more love, prosperity, fame, and fortune you will have. Seems like 2 of those things are what at least 2 people out there are looking for. Act as if and feel as if you are wildly successful, and even more success will develop. Except that you are already thriving. You are, and the more victories will emerge. If a situation seems to knock you down, get up and take a moment to explore what you learned, and then keep going. In Celtic tradition, secret springs were magical. Water was the source of life, and in their legends, mystical beings would emerge out of the springs and later return through them. Fairy queens and mythic heroes were said to have emerged from the springs, and these sacred well springs were a place to commune with the divine. Good fortune blessed those who honored the spirit of the secret spring. Success, it says, is flowing into your life. So, seems like we've got a couple of a matched pair here that work together and have, it must work on, you guys must work at the worst place on this planet. It's either a millennial or a Zed. It's a Malenzi read, I'm positive. And my mom is saying, it's good that I understand the energy. So this is a millennial or a Zed. And they are working with somebody that is just horrible. My mom is showing me just absolutely, and she's saying, absolutely come here to be dark. Has come here to just be as dark as they can be on this planet. So hopefully, even though you're being a little mysterious about your time frame, friends, hopefully that secret spring success thing is a little more of a hint or clue. All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll you some dice here. Yep, we have somebody that's either 20, 22, or the other one would be 25. Maybe there's more than one match sets out there. Reset your chakras, meditate. Check your phone is in reverse. So my mom was saying that's because they can't check their phone whenever that horrible boss that they work with is trying to take them into the void of hell where they work. All right. I have brought back out these Illuminati cards. Had a reading last night, and somebody was very kind and reminded me that, we know that all kinds of shit that shouldn't be going on, that block people's blessings, block people's abilities to get healed, is occurring out there. So I'm going to bring them back out. Surveillance state. Okay. The state of surveillance is tightening its grip, using data as a means of control. Cultivate practices of digital discretion and be mindful of the information you share. Okay? Okay. My mom is saying, you're both already, whoever these two are, this match set are, they are already quite mindful of information that they're sharing out there. Including the fact that their horrible boss, whoever that might be, makes them feel like they have to go into the void of hell whenever they go to work. All right, let me get some trinky charms for whoever this may be out there. See if we can get a little more. Ooh. All right, we have the letters A, Y, I. You definitely have a Gen X connection. Your parents are probably Gen X. Or that horrible boss is Gen X. But my mom is saying no. That horrible boss is boomer. She's confirming on the other side. You have a boomer boss that is terrible that she's saying you need to just get rid of. And then S. We have Boo Boo Foodoo's in the upside down because you two aren't talking yet. My mom says give it time. It'll come back up into the upright. The number 3 means something to somebody. Oh. I believe you might be Zeds, because here's a Z. Somebody is religious. Somebody loves the dinosaurs. Somebody doesn't like scary movies or being scared. Or they don't like Halloween because the bones are in the upside down. Ooh. The turkey's in the upside down too. You might want to check out that wild turkey indigenous read that we did a week or 2 ago. Maybe that's your horrible boss. I'm not sure. The owl is in the upright, so my mom is saying somebody's got Aquarius in their chart, or they're related to an Aquarius, connect to an Aquarius. Okay, and then last but not least, here's a leaf that has fallen off a tree, and she's saying, my mom is saying, definitely one that you want to let fall off the tree because of who this is. She's like, gonna make that happen for yourself. You're just not showing me anything other than this one little hinted card. Well, I hope this helps for the Zeds out there that have a match set that they're working with and are both rather divine. So, all right, much love to you.